Cambodia. People were looking through the map because Vietnam close to Cambodia through the Vietnam War. Or another reason they know about Cambodia is through a genocide called Khmer Rouge, which just happened in Cambodia in the years 1975 to 1979 that killed nearly 3 million people in the country. And everything got destroyed into a zero ground. And for those who know how to read and write, they will kill them. That's why today people in Cambodia earn about $1 or $2 for a living because of the Khmer Rouge happened. And my mom, she lived through the war because my mom was not educated at all. And she always tell me, oh, the war happened 3 years, 8 months, and 20 days, how long it is. And she will live in a very bad period of time through that history, the dark history. And I growing up in the family, I have 4 brothers, and my parent was divorced, and I grew up in the village, very remote village. There is no clean water, no electricity, no road, no hospital. And I growing up, every single day of my life growing up in that village, I have to work very hard to survive because we don't have enough food to eat. I remember when I was a kid, I have to walk about 2 or 3 miles to access to the water. And every single day of my life that I'm growing up, I have to work at the farm. When I tell a story to the kids, they say like, yeah, I work at the farm too, like picking some chicken egg. I say, no, that is a chore. It's work because I have to, at the farm, there is no proper tool to use. So we have to use a bare hand and carry a big bucket of water to water the crop 2 or 3 times a day, early morning, in the afternoon, and evening. So make sure all the crop in water. So that's how I live as a small girl in Cambodia. If not, we don't have any food. Because I remember sometimes going to bed, no food to eat. Going to bed with an empty stomach. But one thing I remember as a child growing up, I loved to study so much. I want to go to school, even though my parents could not afford any school supply or uniform or slipper to wear to school. And school is about 2 hours, 1 hour each way, which is 2 hours. And I remember walking to school, sometimes no slipper on. I and my brother, we have to swap. He wear in the morning and have I wear in the afternoon session. That is how. If not, we don't have anything. And one day, I remember when I was 14 years old, I would walk back from school in the evening time. I was so hungry on that day. I cannot wait to get home to find anything. But when I walk halfway to home, I walk past by this place called church. So if I say the word church to you all here, you may think about a nice building, having some AC, or maybe a fan, or a chair. But the church back home in the village was nothing. It's just the building and have the roof was just any palm leaf that they can find around the village and put it on. And no wall, no chair. People were just sitting there on the ground and worshiping the Lord. And I walked past by this place called church, and the lady, she came up to me and stopped me and gave me a small piece of paper inviting me to attend the Christmas program. And I have no clue what is the Christmas program about at the age of 14. But she did mention that she's going to give some food. That get me so excited. I cannot wait because I'm so hungry. She said, come on Sunday and we're going to doing some activity and get all this event, like the program going on, and they have some food, and it's so special on that day. She mentions like, you know what, they're making some curry and bread. Normally we don't have bread. Bread to us is very special, like twice a year. So she mentioned that, I was like so excited. I cannot wait. So when a Sunday comes, I got a chance to attend at the Christmas program with my brother. So while I'm attending there at the Christmas program, I don't know what is going on because it's the first time of my life to attend the Christmas program. And I saw people were singing shipping, and I just get tear, I just cry, I just got goosebumps the whole entire time. And I don't know what it is, but the tear that I was crying, it was a tear of joy. And I was there having some activity and fun game that they all provided at that time. And at the end of the Christmas program, I hear a lady screaming at the children at the village while standing there, so loud. She just screaming like, "Hey, boy and girl, can you all stand up in line? We're going to give you something exciting." So I was talking to myself. I came to display that all the activity and all the fun that I can get and all the food they feed it to me, and what else next exciting. But I did not stay still. I stand up and in line to wait to see what is going on next to my brother. My brother, I am holding his hand, and the lady gave me a small piece of paper. She said, "Hold it tight," like with different the color, so that they can know the age of the kid in the village, the gender and everything, so they kind of know it. So I was standing there, hold a small piece of paper, trampling my feet, my heart kind of bumping, I was so excited, and I don't know what is going on, but in front of me, I saw this lady. She held this beautiful box with the color green and red and the logo of the box flying, and passed to the kid in front of me. And at the same time, I'm tracking my brother, so when is our next turn? Like, when is my turn? And I was so excited, and as soon as she approached me in front of me, and I'm looking at to her, eyes straight, eye to eye, she handed the box, and I said, "Thank you so much." I hold the box very tight, and I told her, "This is my first gift I ever received in my life." So I hold it tight and said thank you, and I looked next to me was my brother. As soon as he got the box, I told him, "Hold tight, brother, we gotta run." We gotta take off. We hold the box so tight, and we're like, "Okay, let's run home." So I ran across the village to get home as fast as I can. I did not even want to open the box there because so many kids was there. And another reason that I was thinking at that time, because I want to share that moment with my mom, kind of just bragging about it, like, "Hey mom, I come to this place called church, and they give me food. It's so exciting. They give me this beautiful box. I don't know what it is in there." And also the moment that I just want to share that moment with my other brother, they did not have a chance to receive the box as well. And I just want them to be share the moment together. So by the evening time, I bring the box, put it in the middle of the house, and began to light the candle. And everybody sit around, my mom and all my brothers, and began to open the box. It's the most beautiful thing I ever received in my whole life. And began to open, the smell of the box smells so good. I don't know, when you go to processing center, you get the smell, the same smell. And I still remember that smell until today. And one of the recipients too, his name is Kululu, he's from Kenya. He named the smell called American smell. That's how his name, that's where he got the name from. So yeah, and my box I received was a brand new toy that I never seen in my whole life. A hygiene, the hairband, and my brother in his box, he had this tennis ball, the green bright. And I remember at that time he got that ball, when the next day he got to play with it. The whole village, all the kids in the whole village just run and chase that ball. Just one ball in there, it's how it is. And in my box, I'm going to show you something, and I received when I was a kid, and it was a school supply. When I was a kid. Because I mentioned earlier, I love the school so much, but my mom, she could not afford school supply for me to go to school. And when I opened the box to receive a school supply, I was crying. I said, "Mom, so now I can go to school." So excited to get a very thicker notebook, a very whole pack of colored pens. I was so excited because Mom, she got me 1 or 2 pencils. She said, "Hey, make sure it lasts for a whole school year." And I write until this length and not even throw away. And people asking me, "How can you write in it?" I say, well, you can use a stick and a rubber band to tie it, and you can use it until like all gone. And she got me a very very thin notebook. She told me that make sure not waste any single space. So I was so glad that I can go to school with the school supply that I received in my shoebox. And I also received a toothbrush, the whole pack, which is amazing because when we're growing up, we don't have our own toothbrush. We have to share a toothbrush. Or we don't have any at all. So they have received the whole pack. My 4 brothers, now they can have their own toothbrush. I already told them, hey, you can pick any color, but leave the yellow for me. That's my favorite color, I always told them. And my favorite item in the shoebox, it was a jump rope. And this one I call a super fancy jump rope. And I don't know if you have ever seen a jump rope that had a wooden like that or not. This one almost exactly like my original one that I got when I was a kid. And I call it very fancy because I never see anything like that in my life. And when we're growing up, we don't have any toy to play. We will play with stick, with like dirt, we make it into a toy. And I remember when I want to play with a jump rope, I will climb so high up into a tree and pull the wire from the tree to play as a jump rope. But those things will break very easily. A couple of rounds, you have to go up again on the tree and pull it back again. But sometimes I will use the rope that they tie the cow to play as a jump rope and carry to school. But now I have a very fancy jump rope. Everybody wants to see it, show off to my friend a little bit at school. And on top of my shoebox, we get the right one, right? I received a booklet called A Great Gift. But this one in my language, in Khmer, they call Gado Da Acha in my language. It was amazing because when I was a kid, I like to read. Anything I can find around the house, like an old newspaper or magazine that torn up, I put together and read it. And they got a booklet that very colorful, got my attention, want to find out what it's about in this booklet. So I began to read countlessly every single night for my brother before I go to bed. And one thing it really, really got my attention is God is love the children around the world, and God is loving you. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, the color you're in, situation you're at, God is loving you. That is really touching me because as a child growing up in this country, I used to pray to all kinds of God. But those God never hear me, never see me. But this God know me so well that He sent me this beautiful book. At the age of 14, I had no idea. The next day, curious enough, I walked back to the same place again called church and talked to the person, the man, they call him pastor. I have no idea what a pastor is. And I was like, hey, can you tell me who is Jesus Christ? Who is this God? Why He loved me so much? I want to learn more about Him. And the first thing He did, He went in, He walked out, He landed me the thick Bible to take home. It was so huge. And I was so excited because wow, now I get a thicker book to take home to read. And it's like, no, now when you want to know about Jesus, read this Bible. And He requests me, after I read, I have to pray. And I was giving Him a question face, like, how do I pray? I don't know how to say. He's like, and the reason He asking me to pray is because God will send the Holy Spirit to explain to me and to know about who is Jesus Christ. And I say, I don't know how to say it. And He told me, just simply say it like you talk to your mom, talk to your dad. That's all you do. So I did follow Him, read the Bible, pray, go to church every Sunday. Even though my mom was not happy at all, because I have to work at the farm every day, and every Sunday I told them hey, can I go to church? She said no. If you want to, like, there is no church for me, but I have to sneak around, and sometimes even though I have to negotiate with her, say, hey, can I finish my chore early, like get up early, finish all, carrying all the water and everything, can I go to church? She said, no, I still have more chore to do. But I still go to church every Sunday, sneaking around where I can find my way to go to church and read my Bible. And after 3 months, I got the bar. I attended church. I got a chance to attend the youth camp in Cambodia. And when I attended youth camp, it's just another eye-opening. When I was there, I see the love of God was there. Get up early morning at 5 o'clock with all the kids there and singing a song. No, just burn them like a fire and sing a song and worshiping. I just got goosebumps, I got cry. And I don't know, it just showed me that these people at the youth camp were so love and care. They pray for one another. And that is how I got so touched in my heart. And once at the youth camp, at one service in the evening time, pastor was preaching on the stage. And among like 400 kids. And he, at the end of the survey, he asked, who want to give the light to God? And I walked across the hall and kneel my knees down. I was crying and I put my two hands up. I said, God, I want you as my Savior. Because you love me first for who I am and you never give up on me. You see me and I want to believe in you with no question. So I accepted Jesus Christ. After 3 months, I got this talk. Can you imagine being born in Cambodia and growing up in Cambodia? 95% of the population in Cambodia is not a Christian. And you're the only one there. I got rejected, I got beaten, I got bullied at school. My friend, my family would not want to talk to me and call how dumb, how crazy I am. Like going to church and do all these things. They not even, I know like countless things, I don't know how many times I got beaten up. But I still hold to my belief in him. I will never give up because he never gave up on me. And I know that he had a plan for my life. And I know that he's the only true God that I want to believe. And fast forward, when I was grade 9, my mom, she came to me, she told me that there is no longer for her to send me to go to school anymore. I have to give up school, drop out school at grade 9. And she gave me 2 options to send me to go to work because I'm growing up, so I have to go and work and support the family. So they gave me 1 option to go to work by a Thailand border, like a labor worker, and earns about $60 per month. Like my other brother was working there too. And or I can go to work in another country, Malaysia is in Southeast Asia too. Work there is earn about $100 per month. And I was standing away from home and very far. If you're talking how far, it's like Boise, Idaho to Texas. That's how far. So I got sent away to work there and I was facing with the labor trafficking. People was abusing me and beating me up every single day. No food. And work from morning 4 o'clock until night 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was in the dark, was in a very difficult situation. I cannot call anybody for help. I barely speak any English. I was speaking a very broken English. And I cannot run away. They keep all my passport. They take all my contact. And very difficult. And then I was like going up to the top of the building. And I would just say, just thinking to myself, if I just can end my life right there, I can be just reborn again to go and see my family. But then I hear the voice, it's just the wind blowing my face, telling me that I'm here with you. Just be patient, child. Just a little bit more longer. Just hold tight. And I stepped back, I went to my room, I got my old Bible with me. I began to read the Bible. I began to pray harder because there's nobody there with me, but Jesus is with me. And every single step at that time, I just said the word hallelujah. And thank God that I'm still alive. Out of the blue, one day I was working in a store when I was in Malaysia. A man, he just whispered behind my ear. He told me like, hey, hey, I want to bring you back, go back to Cambodia to see your family. And I turned around, he introduced himself. He said, I'm a pastor. And I want helping you to see your family, and also because he don't have any kid, and he's asking me what do I want to do. I said, I want to go back to see my family and going to school. And he helping me to go back to school so I can finish my high school. So I go back to Cambodia. It was a sweet blessing that I able to finish my high school, and at the same time, I got a phone call from one pastor in Phnom Penh in capital city to offer me a job work in an orphanage with taking care of 32 children in Cambodia. And this ministry run by the Christian organization. So I able to work there. At the same time, I got accepted to a top 1 university in Cambodia. I never dreamed like I could be going there, but God is the one that calling and have planned for my life. And when I go to school at night, work at daytime, people in the village was not really happy because as a girl, you're not allowed to go out at night. I got bullied again. I got somebody just come and give me all the comment that they can give. They're like, oh, you are so ugly, you're so stupid, and you're so dumb, poor, all kind of word that why you able to go to this school? And how you can do that? I say, well, because I have Jesus in me. And I'm in him, I'm beautiful. And at the same time, I just I just straight look at them and say, you know what, you have no right to judge who I am. He's the only person that have right to judge me. So I continue to go into school, doing my work, all my heart from my heart, and just put all in there. My 3rd year in college, that's how I met American man. In Cambodia, he went there to Cambodia for his conference, and I, the one that organized the conference, so I met American man. And he went back to Cambodia about 8 or 9 times. Then I got engaged. I got engaged, and I applied for a K1 visa to come to America in 2014. Was not that easy to come to America. You know how hard to come to this country. It's the #1 country in the world. I had to go to interview for 6 hours in the embassy, and 20 couples were interviewed at that time. Only 2 couples passed the interview. One was me. When I got the thing that passed, like a small slip, say, hey, your visa got approved. I hold the slip, and now he's my husband, he was crying because how they grilled him for 6 hours for the interview. And when I walked out the embassy, the gate of the embassy was so short, like from there to there, the gate, like into to another country. So when I walk out, the gate is open, I hear the voice. It doesn't matter how many doors locked, it's right time the door will be unlocked. And I say, hallelujah, God is calling me. So I came to America in 2014. Back then I was living in Hawaii with my husband. And then in 2016, I moved to Boise, Idaho, where is my home base right now. So in 2016, in one morning, believe it or not, walking to church, Calvary Chapel, wearing a boot in a snowing time, and carrying my 2 babies. One is my other son, and my son was in front of me in Bajor. I just had open the door to church like everybody else on Sunday, and I saw the big stack of this bark in front of the church. It's like a whole big stack, and they make it so nice. They make like Christmas tree shape, and I opened it. It's like the door of heaven is open. How you feel? And I think to my mind, I was just thinking, I just want to run and crush to that shoebox and lay like a snow angel. And I was screaming, I was how excited to find out about that again. Like I told you, I never know what it is in English. I only remember the logo of the box flying. And I was so excited. I ran to the lady, she gave me the box in the church. I was like, hey, my name is Kim, I'm from Cambodia. I got the box when I was 14 years old. Like all bubbling, and she just knocked her head at me. She did not say anything. I think she must be shocked a little bit, maybe. And I was like, thank you for doing this, blah, 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 on and on. And she said, okay, can you talk to my pastor? So the pastor walked in. I get to say hi to the pastor this time and say, hey, my name is Kim, the same thing. And he like, well, can you come to the church next Sunday and doing like a sharing on stage for 5 minutes before the service so people can get the pack more shoebox. So I was like, oh, that's going to be my privilege. I was so excited, but I don't know what I'm going to say. So I come to the stage for 5 minutes, share the story, and someone in the church and the crowd took my video and sent it all the way to North Carolina, boom. And I still cannot find out who it is until today. I always thought it's an angel. So, in return, they sent me back a long text message to my Facebook Messenger, and they will mention about, hey, we're from Samaritan Purse. We want you to become a spokesperson. You are the recipient, and I have no clue who they are. And I thought, what a scam. I did not take it seriously at all, because there is no dictionary in my Cambodian language to translate recipient or spokesperson. There is no word in my language, so I don't understand it, sorry about that. So I ignored like a couple of weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, and come back again to my email, to my phone number, and I was like, why the scam is everywhere about this Mother Purse? And luckily, my husband was sitting next to me. I said, hey, babe, can you help me check this message? Who is American Pearl? He started to read it. He looked at me and he smiled. He started reading it and then he smiled. And then he was like, it's time for you to go to North Carolina. I was like, no, I never go anywhere without you. That's one thing. Second thing, my kid will never take any bottle because they're still a baby. And I'm not brave enough to travel by myself because America. It's scary, I don't know how it kidnapped me. And it's all thought is coming to my mind. It's just a nervous thing. And I was crying and he told me, no, it's time. God had planned for your life. You have to go. And I was crying on that day. I had to fly by the door. I hold tight to the door. And he said, no, your suitcase is already in the car. You gotta go. That's it. There is no negotiation or whatever. So I had to he sent me off. He sent me out to North Carolina. So here I am today. Telling you the story. So I would not be here all the way from Cambodia to Boise, Idaho. Now I don't know where I'm at right now. I know it's in Mobile, maybe. Because thanks to my two drivers, they were all everywhere today, and I lost track. The only thing I can tell my husband where I'm at right now, snap from the GPS, know where I'm at right now. There is so Mobile. They're like, oh yes, I'm in Mobile, maybe. Yes. So, right, I'm just going to wrap this very quick. I don't know how much time. So, there's a picture of me in a blue shirt, growing up as a little girl in Cambodia, in a country that have war, in a broken family. But the little girl today, standing here in front of you today, received a box when she was 14 years old and completely transformed my life. It's not just a toy, but the way to lead me to Jesus Christ, who He is. And from your acting kindness, just a simple one, but make a huge impact in my life. And the girl that's telling you the story today got a degree from America. It's not something I've been proud of myself, but it's something I want to tell you all that I'm proud of my Jesus, of Him up there. Because not many children here, many children in Cambodia, where the village I'm growing up, can go to school, especially for a girl. They only go to 4th or 5th grade, the parents will send them away, selling them to become a prostitute, telling them to get married at a very young age, at 14 or 15, having children. And it's believed that a girl should just become a housewife, work in the kitchen, that's all. But today, to have that, it's unreal to me. I'm still thinking I'm living in a dream. So the girl that's telling you the story today, standing in front of you, have a family here in America. Why I brought this up? One thing I want to tell you this. Again, my parent was divorced. I never got to see my mom. I never got to see my dad. I have to just pick one. So sometimes I live with somebody else. And sometimes remember just like being a little girl that growing up in that place, going to bed, like crying each other to go to bed, and hear the gun and the bomb explode behind my house in the dark. It did not have that moment that the parents should comfort them going to bed. And when I was a kid, growing up, when I was 8 or 9 years old, I used to tell myself, if I have a lot of money in this world, I just want to trade for one thing today, a family dinner together. That's all I wanted. To just feel how the comfort, the love, and the moment I have dinner, mom and dad and all my brothers sit together. That's all I wanted. But today, God gave me this family that I couldn't ask for more. He answered me. He knows what I needed. And the girl that telling you today, just so privileged to be a part of this ministry. And next picture. And I'm so privileged that I'm able now to pack a shoebox with my children. It was just so privileged, and I always tell them this is a big part of my life. I always told them it's a big part of Mama. It's like they call me Mama. And when I pack with them, it's very nice to just teaching them very small stuff. And I tell them, say, hey, you born here in America, you're so privileged, you're so blessed, you're so loved. Never take it for granted. You have no idea that you have to go to bed hungry, walk mile and mile to go to school. That I am able to share my kid with them. And I pack with them, I pray with them over the bomb that the bomb will go into the right kid. At the same time, I'm telling them, like, hey, boy, can you close your eye about like 1 minute or 30 seconds to think about that kid that lost hope, sleep by the dumpster, under the sun and rain, no clothes on, and this very smelly thing that they sleep in. But we can be a part of it to bring love and hope to those children. And today, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you so very much for those been packing a shoebox. I know some of you have been packing for many, many years. And I know in their mind right now, they were like, I've been packing for 25 years. It's a this box matter. Is this box doing something? Is this box change any children's life? My answer to you is yes, because you can see it right now. It does working. And I'm just one among a million children out there, just one story of me. And today, I'm going to make a little bit challenge for you. I know like all you know about the Operation Christmas Child. Say, hey, I've been packing all along. And I'm not going to asking you to pack one more box. No, don't worry, we're not doing that today. We're doing something a little bit different. I'm sure all of you have friends, right? If you don't have friends, I can be your friend. So I want you to go out there to tell 5 friends that never heard about the Operation Christmas Child Shoebox. Today, I'm telling you the story. This story has become your story right now. Tell those 5 friends about it and pack the box with those 5 friends. Can you do that for me, please? And pray over the box, this box, and pray that put your DNA in it. That this box, that God will use it to the right kid is out there. And with your kid, teaching them how blessed they are. And from the bottom of my heart, I want you to remember my last phrase of my presentation. You all in this room cannot do everything. It's hard. But each and every one of you in this room can do something to cry that we believe, to put in this box, to bring hope, love, joy to those children out there. And God bless you all.